Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody is well. I do want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Aries out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and simply leave the rest for someone else. Also keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating for you, Aries, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's obviously not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? Aries. All right, Aries, you're starting with the Sun in reverse. You have the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, you're unhappy with someone or about something here. I feel like you're a little bit defensive with regard to this as well, but there's a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're fighting for this new beginning and you're not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but you're standing your ground. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aries energy, please. Show me who is in Aries energy. All right, the person in your energy, Ace of Cups reversed, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Ouch. Okay, so you're fighting for this new beginning. This person is coming in with an ending here. They're feeling rejected. They're feeling abandoned. They're feeling like there's a deep sense of loss here. They're emotionally drained and they're feeling betrayed. This is a painful ending for this person. So let me see the energy between Aries and this person, please. Show me the energy between Aries. Yeah, Page of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like there are feelings and emotions here that are kind of being held back. I feel like for a lot of you, you have love for this person, but perhaps you are no longer in love with this person. I'm also saying for somebody out there that there could be a child that might be involved in the mix in some manner. Regardless, I do feel like you're feeling, you have been feeling quite unhappy with this person for a while. So let me see, show me what's affecting this connection. Too many. Let's try that again. Show me what is affecting this connection. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, a deep sense of loss, a very deep sense of loss. Finances or money could be also affecting the connection, or it could be that this person you're dealing with has become a little bit codependent on your energy. I do see that there's been some conflict here. There could be arguing over finances, money, or, you know, perhaps even like some physical objects. I don't know why I'm getting that, but like physical objects in some manner. You're standing your ground with regard to this, though. Let me see. Show me the outcome. Again, that's too many cards. Show me the outcome for Aries, please. Yeah, King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's that energy of having love for this person, but not being in love. There's emotions that are here, but they're being reserved. They're being held back. There's like a wall between the two of you right now. For you, it's because you are trying to move towards a stable new beginning. And for this person, it's because they are feeling betrayed and in a state of pain. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. That's underlying energy. You might be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or possibly a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But as an underlying energy, the Queen of Swords in the reverse is an energy of cutting out that which does not serve you or cutting things out of your life. It can be rather harsh at times. However, you know, the Queen of Swords does not gain that energy of, you know, cutting things out or having high boundaries, except that she has gone through a lot of pain. So I do feel there is some anger that is underlying this as well, but I feel like you're kind of cutting this person out of your energy. So let me see. I'm going to clarify your reading. Why is the Sun in reverse for Aries? Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're moving forward. Some of you are offering your emotions, your feelings to someone else. This is a chaotic situation right now, and I feel like you want to move away from that chaos. You want peace in your life. You've been unhappy for a minute, and I do feel like you are moving forward, and there's this offer of love that you're either entertaining or wanting to give. And it does look like it is with someone new. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Why is the Seven of Wands here? Okay, we have the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so I feel like there's somebody that you may have met, you may have encountered that has reached out to you. I feel like you're entertaining this offer from someone else. The person that's in your energy, you consider this person, and this would be somebody from your past or soon to be past. The person in your energy, you may feel is very immature, maybe codependent, childish when things don't go their way. They may throw temper tantrums. And I feel like you feel that you have to stand your ground with this person. And you've taken a stance here, Aries, and you're not backing down from it. Yeah, you're just not backing down from it. So you're kind of in your mind, you're comparing this new energy that is accommodating, loving, fun, makes you happy, to this energy from your past or soon to be past. And you're looking at the stark differences in the way each behaves. Let me see the Ace of Pentacles. Show me the Ace of Pentacles for Aries. Queen of Wands and the Ten of Swords reversed. Now, they have the Ten of Swords in the upright. So I do feel like it was not your intention to hurt this person. I feel like you do care about this person. However, you feel that you've met somebody else. So there may have been some third-party energy here, but, not necessarily. I do feel like for some of you there was, for others, no. But I feel like you are empowering yourself. You are moving forward and you are in this empowered energy. It was not your intention to create harm or to hurt this person. However, it has. And you're aware of that. And I don't get the feeling that you are enjoying that in any manner. But you also have to do what you feel is right for yourself. And this new person in your energy, you may be thinking this person is a soulmate. There is definitely a strong attraction there. So let's look at this person's energy. Why is the Ace of Cups in reverse? Okay, Three of Swords. Wow. Temperance and the Three of Cups. Yeah, this person wants to hold on to you, Aries. They don't want you moving towards this new person. They want to balance things out. They want to heal the energy. They want to reunite. They feel that there's been third-party energy. Now, I'm not saying there was, but they feel that there was. And they are heartbroken. They feel very rejected and abandoned here. That being said, I do feel that they want to put this back together. They want to heal this connection. So let me see the Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles here for the person in Aries energy? You might be dealing with a Sagittarius. Four of Wands reversed. Some of you were married to this person and the Ten of Cups reversed. Yeah, so they're unhappy. They're extremely unhappy about the ending. They feel like there's no stability right now in their life. I do get the feeling that this person, Aries, was a bit codependent on your energy. So they feel basically like you've ripped the rug right out from under them. Again, not saying you have. I'm just saying that's how they're perceiving it. They're definitely very unhappy. They're realizing that they're coming to an end of a time or an end of an era, an end of a cycle. Why is the Ten of Swords here? for the person in Aries energy. They're blaming you for the breakdown in the connection. They're saying that you are the one who betrayed them, and that's why they're so unhappy. They're saying that you were a player. We have the Emperor reverse. We have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, they're saying that you were in and out of this connection, at least emotionally, if not physically. They're saying that, you know, but keep in mind, they're saying that you betrayed them. But keep in mind, this is the pain that they're experiencing that's speaking. And it's also, you know, they're trying to control the situation in order for you to come back towards them. So they could be doing some, you know, shaming or some guilt, you know, tactics. Again, I think that at the end of the day, you have to also stand up for yourself, and you have to do what's in your best interest. And this is what it appears that you're feeling, this is in your best interest. And I don't, I can understand the pain the person is going through, but there is an effort here for them to control the situation by using their words or using emotional tactics. So let's look at the energy between Aries and this person. Show me the energy between Aries and this person. You know, as a reader, it's not my job to say one way or the other. It's my job just to present the information. All right, so we have the Page of Cups and we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. So this person is being forced to become single. They're being forced to, you know, basically be independent. And like I said, there's some codependent energy that's deeply affecting this. I do feel that they will step into that role, but it's going to take them a bit of healing to do that. It's going to take a bit of healing. They're going to have to start pouring love into themselves, and they're going to have to, you know, basically get themselves out and begin rejoining the world, whether that means dating or whether that means going out with close friends and family. So they have to heal their broken heart first, and they have to learn how to pour love into themselves so that they are in this very strong and independent energy. And it's kind of being forced upon them from their opinion. In your energy, again, I see this new person. I do feel like some of you, you know, either denied that there was someone new or a new love interest, and some of you may have been holding off until you know, separated from this person. But regardless, I do see a new love interest here. And I do see you moving towards that and away from all this chaos, because you've been very unhappy for a while. And I do get the feeling that you do have feelings and emotions for this person, but you're not in love with them. So I don't feel like your intention was to hurt them. Spirit, why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse? But nevertheless, in all honesty, they are very hurt. Two of Swords, the Nine of Cups reversed. Yeah, you were going back and forth in your mind about, you know, if you should tell this person, if you should, you know, fight for this new connection that's here. You were going back and forth in your mind about what you wanted to do. And I feel like there was a lot of indecision. And ultimately, you began to view this person as being somebody who behaved immaturely. They behaved in a way that created conflict. So I do feel that you made the decision ultimately to, you know, take the loss of this connection. And I do feel like their behavior did have a lot to do with that. Now, in their energy, I can tell you right now, they do not want you to move forward. And they will employ manipulative techniques in order to try to keep you from doing so. Because the loss is very deep for them. Emotionally, physically, you know, even financially. But I can tell you this, Aries, this person will learn to stand on their own feet, because they will have to heal from this pain. So Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome. The High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords reverse. Yeah, this person is saying you were deceitful. You were doing things that you shouldn't have been doing. There was lying, cheating, stealing. It was all you. You hurt me. You betrayed me. You were a player. They will eventually accept that you are going to walk away from this connection. But I do feel it's going to take quite a toll on your feelings and your emotions. And I feel like that's why you have this Queen of Swords energy, because you're having to cut this person out. The thing is they're trying so hard to hold on to you, and they're going to deploy these manipulative tactics to do so. And so it's going to make you angry, and it's going to make you cut them out. I do see you walking away from this. I do see you putting up a wall around this person, and ultimately you just don't even want them to know anything about what's going on with you. I feel like you will be stepping into your power. You do have this new beginning that's happening. It was not your intention to hurt this person. I can see that. But there were secrets here. There were secrets that were being kept. And I do feel like ultimately you're going to walk away, and you may even have to kind of do it secretly in order to bypass this person, because they're going to pull out all the stops to keep you from leaving. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers. That's underlying energy. And this tells me that, well, you could be dealing with a Gemini, very strong Gemini energy here. Could even be another Aries as well. But what this is telling me as an underlying energy is that you have a huge choice to make with regard to feelings, love, and emotion. Possibly a choice between two, which I do feel for most of you it is. The person showing up here in your energy is the person that you are cutting out. But I can understand why. You know, it's not like you just woke up one day and said, I think I'll do something really hurtful. There's been a lot of unhappiness, and I feel like this person is basically forcing you to have to cut them out because they're trying to hold on to you so tightly. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. All right, so you have number 3, and your card is Dreams. Dreams. So I'm using the Heal Yourself reading cards. A lot of times you guys ask, so I try to tell you. It says, pay attention to your dreams. They hold lots of significant insights for you at present. Your dreams may provide you with important details about your current health issues or a creative idea you need to take action to make your desires manifest. Dreams can also give you clues about what is challenging you emotionally. Sometimes your loved ones who have passed over or people you've lost touch with connect to you while you sleep and offer valuable messages that can give you peace of mind or the strength to persist through a challenging situation. Take note of both the dark and the light aspects of your dreams. In particular, pay attention to any recurring dreams, as they often have significant meaning or wisdom that can help you. So guys, pay attention to your dreams right now, okay? This looks like a difficult situation. You know, I do feel like you're going to move through it gracefully. You are stepping into your power, and just focus on your new beginning. Until I see you guys in your next reading, I hope that this has been helpful. If you've resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, know that you are love, Aries, and namaste.